Today's tutorial is going to be a backside 50-50 stall on transition. First off, let's look at what a backside 50-50 stall is. As you can see, it's just when you ride up to the ramp and turn with your backside to the coping, place both of your trucks evenly on the coping, why it's called the 50-50, and then go back down in. At face value, it's that simple. A half a kick turn onto the coping, a half a kick turn back in. To those of us who have struggled with backside 50-50 stalls, it's a lot more difficult than that. And this is actually my third attempt at making this video because every time I make it, I realize I've left something else out. The first thing I want to look at is form. Where do your trucks need to be? When people first start trying to learn them, it feels comfortable and safer to ride up and they kind of stand right on top of the ramp with all their weight back here and both their toe side wheels hugging the coping. And this is actually wrong form and dangerous because when wanting to turn back in, it's really easy with your toe side wheel hitting the coping. It's really easy to accidentally go like that and go straight down to the flat bottom. A proper form on a backside 50-50 is to get your rear heel side wheel hugging the coping and then you place your front down. And your front truck is less important. In fact, I actually find a really nice combination is to have my rear heel side wheel hugging the coping and my front toe side wheel hugging the coping. And that's especially true when it comes to grinds, to actually going along the ramp. So let's watch a couple of these in slow motion and watch my actual wheel and truck placement. So you can see the front truck varies a little bit in where it winds up, but that back wheel is always locked against the coping. So one really quick note is you're going to want to make sure that you actually have some grind marks on your trucks already. Because I have almost brand new trucks and I made sure I ground a bunch of chunky curbs first because the lines on your trucks from grinding actually act like a bit of a file. When you have a brand new slippery truck, it really likes to slide around a lot. As usual, I'm going to recommend that you start on smaller ramps. Start on 2 or 3 foot ramps, ideally with some transition, but if you're really needing to build up your confidence, you can start on a flat bank. It's going to want to roll around a little bit on you though, unless you have giantly wide trucks. So once you've gotten the motion of just doing that little half kick turn up, half kick turn back in, it starts to become about where you place pressure on your board. So when starting your first kick turn, I actually, and I'm exaggerating for effect, but I actually place my weight on the toe side of my board and I almost lift and slide like this. And the reason is to get that rear wheel over the coping a little bit easier. And also that sliding motion helps me keep my weight in the bowl. You don't want to be standing way up top here unless you're really comfortable and you just want to hang out for a couple seconds. You want to have your upper body weight situated a little more in here and you're balancing on the balls of your feet just like this. When you get really comfortable on a backside 50-50 stall, you can actually start to do them on a spine. And this next clip is the longest I've ever done one on a spine before. It's terrifying standing up there not knowing which way your board's going to go. But when you've got your backside 50-50 locked down, you can start to do that. And another tip is I started to get much more comfortable on backside 50-50 stalls the wider my trucks got. So right now on this board I've got 149 independents and finally I'm starting to feel really safe and comfortable up there on them. Back when I used to ride independent 129s, I never felt comfy on a backside 50-50 stall. First, you're probably going to spend a lot of time getting up to the top and not really knowing what to do when you get there. Well, now where do I go? So the next thing you can work your way up on, and again on a small ramp please, is just start by standing up here. And you kind of have to eke your way in, eke that back truck especially, until the coping's just until the wheel's just hugging the coping. And at that point it's just that little half kick turn in. Again, just eke your wheels on, get that back wheel over, more importantly, feet on the tail, weight going in. And if you work on those two skills separately, it's not going to be long until you're able to get the confidence to do them both at the same time. Let's do it on something higher. That one was scary. So here's something weird. The taller and steeper the transition gets, the more I start doing a backside power slide in. So on short ones, you can kind of just pivot into it. But on tall ones, you actually have to like backside power slide up there and try and keep your weight just enough. I mean, you can see I stood way up and then I went back down in once I had positioned my trucks right where they needed to be. On the tall ramp, I actually go weightless for a second and skid into place. And once you've gotten really comfortable with just doing the stall and you can do them every time, the way to start doing the grinds is you just, instead of going perpendicular to the coping and doing a 90-degree turn onto the coping, 90 degrees off, you just start to change your angle, right? So like you come at it at about 45 degrees. So the coping at this park is this weird stainless steel coping that's a bit sticky. You can kind of see me sticking and slowing down. Here's a clip from the Ladner Park where there was actually some rollerbladers there who were waxing it like I've never seen a ramp wax before. And this is what happens there. Holy crap. Yes, it's waxed. As you can see, I didn't bail, but it terrified me. So that's all the information I can think of out of my brain for how to do a backside 50-50. It took me a long time to really get comfortable on those. I was a frontside guy before I ever got comfortable on backside 50-50s. So I hope you found this useful. I hope I didn't leave anything out this time. And don't forget to watch other tutorials, because I'm only one guy with one experience and one opinion. So if you watch other tutorials, you're gonna get things that I've missed or that I don't do that might help you. But I hope with some of these pieces of information, you're well on your way to getting a backside 50-50 stall and feeling safe and comfortable up there doing one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.